for us.
I can't waste any more time, so I'll be sharing the screen. Let's start now. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
It's 12:03. If they join, let them come.
What was that for?
So we'll be doing it little different way today.
Ma'am, awesome kids.
Gangster fights.
Okay. Is the screen visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Done then. Let's start.
Yes, ma'am.
Graphic representation of motion. Before going further. Okay. Done. So in the previous class, we have done the introduction for graphical representation of motion. So I'll quickly, Niharika, are you there? Unmute
Yes,
yourself
ma'am.
and answer me. What do we get from distance time graph? What can we calculate?
The speed,
Yes.
we can get the speed.
Very good. You can get the speed. Okay, you can unmute yourself. Next question, I'll ask Soumita. Soumita,
Yes, ma'am.
is it Soumita's voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it's sounding different, Soumita. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Soumita, slope of the distance time graph. Soumita, slope of
Ma'am,
distance.
can you in here?
Soumita, slope of distance time graph will give you what?
Ma'am, once. Ma'am, just a second, ma'am.
You take 2 seconds. I'll wait.
Ma'am, can I try?
Okay, Soumita, you be on hold. I'll ask the question. Who wants to answer?
Ma'am, Niharika.
Niharika, answer.
Ma'am, will it give the
Ma'am,
acceleration?
it's acceleration.
It's
Ma'am, I
not,
told first.
it's not acceleration. Distance and time
Oh.
give acceleration.
Ma'am,
No, right?
which object is
Ma'am,
first?
it gives speed.
Very good. It gives speed because to get acceleration, you need velocity and time. But we have only distance and time here. So we'll be getting slope of distance time graph will give you speed only. Very, very, very important. So now today what we are going to do is I'm going to draw a graph for distance and time, and we will try to know what can we get from this graph. So let's start. I'm drawing distance time graph before you so that it will be easy for you also to understand. So first I'm going to draw distance time graph for uniform motion. Yes, what is uniform motion? Answer. Sankarshna, answer. Make it fast. Sankarshna, answer.
Yes, ma'am.
What is uniform motion? Quickly.
Uniform motion is a movement where the distance and the time is equal, but there's sometimes equal number of gaps.
Okay.
Ma'am, can I answer?
Yes, answer. Quickly.
When a body covers equal distances on a straight line in equal intervals of time, it's called uniform motion.
When a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, it is called uniform motion. Yes. Now I have a data here. I have a table here. An object is moving at a constant speed 6 meters per second. Leave about that. Now look at the table. I am going to take position means distance here. Don't get confused. In some cases, we'll mention it as position, nothing but distance. So you have distance in meters, time in seconds here. We'll plot a graph. On x-axis, what will we take? X-axis. Time in seconds.
Time, ma'am.
Yes. On y-axis, we'll be taking distance in meters.
Distance.
Distance is meters. It's not kilometers. I'm repeating again and SI unit of distance is meters, time is seconds. Now what I'm going to do, I have my distance on y-axis, time on x-axis. Now I'll plot the graph here. So before plotting the graph, I have to take time on x-axis. So I'll be taking it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, time is done. On y-axis, I'll be. So now how can I take 0, 6, 12, 18, 24? Because the gap is equal, I can take it directly. 0, 6, 12, 18, 24. Yes. Do you have a basic idea of drawing graphs? I want to know that in math.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
sorry, there is a mistake. 1 second. Sorry. 0, 1. So it should be clear, no? So I'm not putting only numbers here. Okay, 6, 12, 18, 24. Yes, time, distance. Now we'll be drawing a rough graph. So at 1 second, what is how many meters it has covered? 6. 1 second, 6. Yes. First, given time is 2 seconds. Yes, someone called me. No? Okay, at 2 seconds it's 12. At 3 seconds it's 18. Yes, tell me.
Naksh, mute yourself.
Okay, for 4 seconds it's 24. When I join all these points from the origin, yes, what am I getting? Yes,
Ma'am, a straight line. So
yes, we are getting a straight line which is passing through the origin. So can I say, when you are drawing a graph for distance and time for an object moving with uniform motion, it will be always a straight line passing through the origin. So whenever you're drawing the graph between distance and time, you will be getting your speed. So this line is the indication of the speed. So now this we are calling it as slope. As I previously in the previous class, slope is equal to x-axis divided by y-axis. So now I'm asking you, my question is, at 2 seconds, what is the speed of the object?
12 kilometers.
Yet, yes,
12 kilometers.
I'm not asking distance. If it is distance, it is very clear, right? At 2, it's 12. But I'm not asking you the distance. At 2 seconds, what is the speed of the vehicle?
6 kilometers per second.
6 meters per second.
Equal to distance by time. I am asking you, you have time. I have given you time at 2 seconds. At 2 seconds, what is the speed? Distance is 12. Yes, 12 by 2, 6 meters per second. So as it is uniform motion, anywhere you take, it will be 6 only. At 3 seconds also it will be 6. At 4 seconds also it will be 6. That is the reason he has given an object moving with a constant speed of 6 meters per second. At 1 second speed will be 6, 2 seconds speed will be 6, 3, 4. Yes, at all the time, any time interval you take, the speed will be only 6 meters per second. Even without calculation also you can write it. Yes. Now if I ask you what is the speed at 4 seconds, you did not again calculate. Yes. Ask me.
Ma'am,
Ask.
marksheet you've given that the slope is acceleration, ma'am.
Slope is acceleration for velocity time graph, not distance time graph.
Okay.
Time graph, not distance time. Velocity time, it has to give acceleration, right? Because acceleration is equal to velocity by time. I'll discuss that also today, okay? Let's finish distance time. Clear about object moving in uniform motion?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Quickly, we'll go for another graph. Now we'll be drawing a graph for an object moving in non-uniform motion. This object will be covering unequal distances in equal intervals of time. If you observe the data here also, you can easily make it out. Time interval is same, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you observe the distance in meters, 0, 1, 2, 4, 9, 16. Yes? The time interval is same, but the distance covered in that time is varying. So by looking at the data itself, you can make it out that an object is moving in non-uniform motion. We'll quickly draw the graph for this and see how will the graph be looking like. Okay. So again, the same thing, time, distance, time I can take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Now, how should I take the y-axis now? I have the values 1, 4, 9, 16. I can't simply put 1, 4, 9, 16, right? I have to, while you're plotting the graph, you have to take exactly equal difference numbers. Now, if given a chance, what would be the scale of your graph on y-axis? How will you be taking the values? Tell me. I can't take 1, 4, 9, 9, 16, right? In the previous case, I have taken because the difference between the numbers was same. You're getting the point. In the previous case, if you observe, one second, yeah. In the previous case, if you observe the graph, here the position 0, 6, 12, 16, 12, 18, 24, the difference was 6. So I have easily taken 6, 12, 18, 24. In this case, I can't take like that. How should I take on y-axis then? Anyone can answer who is perfect in graphs? What should I take on y-axis?
Time.
Mom, you can
Distance.
take
Position.
even numbers.
Okay, I will go like this. Can I go in this way? 2, 4, 6, 8, because the difference should be same. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 and 16.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
Go like this. I can go even in this way if I'm not wrong. I can go like 5,
4, 8, 12.
Your voice is not clear, dear. Okay, that is your wish. If either you want to take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, in that way also you can take. If you want to take 5, 10, 15, 20, also you can take. But the difference between numbers should always be same. So, as I don't want my graph to be, yes, more in length. I will be going for 5. No, I have a small graph if I have very small space. I can't accommodate more space. That is the reason I am going for 5, yes, 10, 15, 20. Okay. So now how can I plot the graph? If you observe in the graph paper,
We go like 2, 4, 6, 8.
because I don't have much length here, I'm not going for 2, 4. Got
Okay.
it? Yeah, if you have big graph paper, you can easily go. No problem. Now, for 1 second, here, if you have any confusion, you can again divide here. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have that confusion, you can divide, okay? For 1 second, how much is it? 1. Yes, for 1, it is 1. For 2, it is 4. So it will be coming below 5. Yes, somewhere here, yeah. For 3, it will be 9. So somewhere below 10. Yes, for 4, it will be 16, somewhere above 15. So I am joining all the points. Yes, what is the difference in the previous graph and this graph? Tell me that.
Ma'am, that one was a straight line passing through the origin, but this one is
Curved line, mom.
in a different way, ma'am. It's not completely straight.
Where-
Non-uniform motion, ma'am.
Whenever you're drawing a graph and an object moving in non-uniform motion, the graph will never be a straight line passing from the origin. It will be a curved line. Yes, but this curved line will give you speed only here, but it is a curved line. So I have, no, this is the way of drawing the graph. Because you're doing MCQs, this type of questions might not come, but he will give this graph and he will ask you what does this graph indicate. Then you should be able to answer this graph, this distance time graph indicates that an object is moving with non-uniform motion. That interpretation you have to do. So you need to know for what data, which graph will come. So that is the reason I'm drawing the graph in front of you. Clear? So next one we'll be seeing. So this is the distance time graph for uniform motion. Now comes the very, very, very important for MCQs. What is here? First one, and these are the distance time graphs for different objects. See the first case. In the first case, this is the graph which we have seen now. Distance time graph at uniform speed means uniform motion. This is the graph which we drew just now. Yes, this is the graph when an object is moving with uniform motion or uniform speed. Second graph, very, very, very important. What is the distance time graph when an object is at rest? This is your graph when object is at rest. Why it is like this? Yes. So time is moving on 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 1 hour, 2 hours. But the object is not changing its position. The object is only at a particular distance only. The object has been stuck there. It is not moving. Time is getting, it is 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, but your object is not moving. It is at rest. It is not moving any distance. This is the graph to show that object is rest. Distance time graph showing object is at rest. Clear? This is the other graph which we have seen. Object moving in non-uniform motion, curved line. Okay. So these are the important things. This graph is very, very, very important. You know, when it is moving with uniform motion, it's a straight line. Non-uniform, it's a curved line. This is very important. When the object is at rest, distance time graph will be in this way. Clear? This is all about your distance time graph. I think we have covered everything about distance time graph. Any doubts till now, ask this, because we'll be moving to velocity time graph. Yes?
Ma'am, won't we get a like mountain kind of lines, like a bunch of lines?
Okay, 1 second. You are asking
Line
me
graph.
like this?
Yes, ma'am.
You will get it, right? You will get like this graph. You will get like this also. When the object is moving with non-uniform motion, any kind of graph is possible. I know, very good question. Now, when I am giving you that in the data that for non-uniform motion, it is like this, it doesn't mean it is only like this. You are getting my point? If it is non-uniform motion, you might get a curved line. Yes, you might get a line like this also. It depends on the motion of the body. Very good question. I want to clear this point to you. Yes, it doesn't mean it should be like that only. No. Yes, it might be curved line. Curved line doesn't mean it will be like this. It can be like this also. 1 second.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes.
So every time in this uniform and non-uniform speed, we start the line from the origin, no, ma'am? So can't the line...
1 second. It is not compulsory that it should start at the origin. No. For our convenience, because you are learning this from the basic stage, we are taking it from the origin, but it's not compulsory that it should start from the origin. No.
Okay.
Yes, the same graph, I can draw it like this. Same uniform speed graph, I can start. Why should I start at 0? I know the movement of the body from this stage only. I'll draw it from here. It is not compulsory. No, not at all. But for your 9th grade range, he has taken only graphs which are passing through the origin. Clear?
Okay.
It is mandatory. Okay. Shall we go to velocity time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Before going to that, I want to clear one thing for you. Okay, 1 second. Yeah. So here we are taking, whenever I'm taking slope, I'm saying x-axis divided by y-axis, right? So this is only possible. This is possible because you have distance on y-axis, time on x-axis. So if you have terms like this, you can divide y divided by x. Okay, keep this in mind, and I'll ask the question based on this when I'm doing velocity time. So let's quickly go and see this. So next, very, very, very important. It is not that easy as your distance time. Okay, try to understand very carefully. I am plotting a graph between velocity and time. Yes, I am plotting a, no, don't look at the graph and don't look at anything and answer me. Whenever I'm saying I am, yes, plotting a graph between velocity and time, what should the slope give me?
Acceleration.
Very good, acceleration, because slope will give you, yes, your slope will give you, I am taking velocity time. So slope is equal to y-axis by x-axis. So my slope should give me velocity divided by time, which is equal to acceleration. Here, slope of velocity time graph will give you acceleration only. Very, very, very important. Slope of distance time graph will give you speed. Slope of velocity time graph will give you acceleration only. First, let's make this point clear. So now we'll go to the next thing. So if you observe the graph here, it is the graph between velocity and time. Now, I'll not explain anything. You look at the graph for 10 to 20 seconds and tell me what is the acceleration of this body. Please think properly. Think about the definition of acceleration. Look at this graph and tell me what is the acceleration of that body.
And there is no acceleration because
There is no acceleration because there's no
change in
velocity.
Very, very, very good. Yes, here I am taking velocity on y-axis. Time will always be on x-axis. If you look at the graph, time is moving, but your velocity is at the body is at only. Body has only one velocity here. 2 meters per second. Means your body is moving at a velocity of 2 meters per second only. Body is not changing the velocity. Velocity does not change with time. In this graph, velocity is not changing with time. So can I say zero acceleration means change in velocity, right? Yes, change in velocity. When velocity itself is not changing, where is the question of acceleration here? There is a constant velocity. Object is moving with constant velocity. No change of velocity. In this type of graph, acceleration is always zero. So, any showing you velocity time in this way, acceleration will be zero. Very important. Each and every point from here is important. Yes, velocity constant means acceleration is zero. This kind of graph, even please mute. The graph where the line will be passing parallel to time axis, the acceleration is always zero. Clear? Is this graph clear? I'll be going to the next concept. That is the reason I'm asking. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Ma'am, what all graphs did we do till now?
Only distance time, Kani, we have starting velocity time now. In distance
One
time,
second, ma'am. Can you explain a bit?
this thing I'll repeat. I'm just clarifying Kani's thing. Okay. Kani, in distance time graph, we have seen object moving with uniform motion, non-uniform motion, and the graph when the object is at rest.
Okay, ma'am.
Clear? Yes. Someone is asking me to repeat this point, right? This concept.
Me, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'll repeat it. Okay. So now you have time here, 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever the time is going, time will not stop. Okay. Now velocity, you are plotting the velocity. The object is moving only at 2 meters per second. So how will you plot the graph? It is always at 2 meters per second only. It is not changing its velocity. If the body would have really changed the velocity, I'll show you, right? If the body has really changed its velocity, then it will be like this, right? It is changing its velocity. So here, 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 here. But it is not changing its velocity. It is always at 2 only, 2 meters per second. Means constantly moving at 2 meters per second only. It is not going to 3 meters per second or 1 meter per second. It is constant. Velocity is constant at 2 meters per second for that particular body. So whenever velocity is not changing, acceleration will be zero, right? If it is velocity is always 2 meters per second, where is the question of acceleration? If it is increases from 2 to 4, there will be some acceleration. If it decreases from 2 to 0, there will be some retardation. But when it is at only 2 meters per second, constant velocity, acceleration will be zero only. Clear?
Ma'am, so acceleration is not possible in uniform motion.
Obviously, Kani, you can make that statement, Kani. There is no acceleration for the bodies moving in uniform motion. Clear? That is the reason I have given one statement very clearly when I started acceleration. Acceleration is only possible for the bodies moving with non-uniform velocity or non-uniform motion. That is a clear statement.
Okay,
a body can move with uniform acceleration or non-uniform acceleration, but that body should never have constant velocity.
Okay, ma'am.
You clearly keep it in mind. Acceleration is applicable only for the bodies moving with non-uniform motion or non-uniform speed. This statement should be there in your mind.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is one kind of graph for velocity time graph. Now comes a very, very important concept. Now in these type of cases, velocity time graph, we know that we are using it to calculate acceleration, but there is one more important thing. When you have velocity and time, we can calculate something also. What is that? Acceleration we can calculate, velocity by time, clear. But in the velocity time graph, when I know velocity and time, what else can I calculate? Answer, I have velocity. Yes?
Speed.
No, speed is nothing but velocity here, right?
Displacement, ma'am.
Very good. When you know velocity and time, why can't you calculate distance or displacement? It's easy, right? Velocity is equal. No, in these graphs, don't bother whether it's displacement, distance, everything is same here. Okay. So when I know velocity and time, why can't I calculate distance? I can easily calculate distance. Okay, I'll put it as displacement. S is nothing but displacement or distance. Keep it in your mind. Okay, velocity is equal to displacement by time. I can calculate displacement using velocity and time. Displacement is equal to velocity into time. So can I say using velocity time graph, I can calculate displacement or distance? Can I give this statement?
Yes.
Yes. Yes or no?
Yes,
Can I-
ma'am.
You can.
How to calculate? Now that is the question. Because in the previous case, it was very easy. We have just taken the slope y-axis by x-axis and we have calculated. Now it is not possible in that way because it is velocity into time. Velocity into time, it is not velocity divided by time. I can't do y-axis by x-axis here. Getting the point, it is not division here. Here I have to multiply velocity into time. How can I multiply velocity into time using this graph? Now, what I will do is I will take two time intervals. I want the distance covered by the object between 20 to 25 seconds. Between this time interval, I want the distance covered by the body. Can anyone calculate and tell me immediately? Between 20 seconds to 25 seconds, I want the displacement covered by the body. Can I get it from velocity time graph? If anyone can do it, tell me.
1 meter.
10 meters square. 10 meters.
What did you tell me?
10 meters, ma'am.
Very good. Very good. Okay. It's very simple to calculate. I want velocity. Velocity is already there here. Yes. 2 into t. What about t? I am asking you between two time intervals. So you can take t1, t2. Yes. So this t will become t2 minus t1 because I am not saying calculate at 20. I am not saying calculate at 25. I am asking you to calculate between 20 and 25. So into 25 minus 20, 25 seconds. If in the question I have directly given calculate at 25 seconds, then no need to subtract. Because I'm asking you between 20 and 25, you are going to subtract two time intervals. Okay, it's 2 into 5, that is equal to 10 meters. Yes. So what exactly are you doing here? What exactly are you doing here? Yes.
I didn't understand, ma'am. This thing.
I just didn't understand. Okay, I'll come from. Wait. Okay. I think what I'm trying to do here is because I have velocity time graph, I know velocity and time.
Yes, ma'am.
So acceleration, however, it's 0. It is clear from the graph. No need of any calculation here.
Yes, ma'am.
And what I am thinking is, why can't I calculate distance from this graph? Yes, because velocity is equal to distance by time or displacement. So distance is equal to velocity into time. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So from this graph, I can get what is velocity, what is time. So I can multiply them and I can get distance or displacement, right? I'm doing that only here. So I am taking a time interval. So at what time you want to calculate the distance? So I want the distance between 20 to 25 seconds. I'm asking. So if I want the distance between 20 to 25 seconds, how can you do it? Okay. So you don't know distance, you know the velocity. Either tell me what is the velocity for this body?
Ma'am, 0.
Velocity. I'm not asking acceleration. Velocity. Velocity.
Oh, 2.
2.
2. It's clear. Velocity is 2. Now what is time? From which time to which time I'm asking you?
20 to 25 seconds.
So what is time between 20 to 25 seconds?
5 seconds.
Seconds.
5 seconds.
I have taken the same thing. S is equal to 10 meters because it's distance. Yes, in these kinds of graphs, you can.
Okay.
Yes,
Ma'am, got it.
got it, Aditya? Very good. Okay, so in these types of graphs, if we ask you to calculate the distance, you can calculate like this. There is no question of asking about acceleration value because it is 0. But to confuse you, he might ask you. He will give a graph in this line and he will ask you to calculate acceleration. He did not do any calculation, just put it as 0. You can calculate only distance or displacement using this kind of graphs. Clear? This is the first segment. This is the first segment of velocity time graph where velocity is not changing with time. But always this is not the case. velocity will definitely change with time. In that cases, what can we do? This is your main part is coming now. Velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. Yes, and this is your velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. Can I say the body is moving with uniform acceleration here?
Yes, ma'am.
It is not moving with constant velocity. If it is moving with constant velocity, my graph should be something like this. But it is not that. My body is changing its velocity in a regular pattern. Yes, body is changing its velocity uniformly. Difference in velocity is uniform. So I can say this as uniform acceleration. Yes, velocity time graph for uniform acceleration is a straight line passing through the origin. Now comes the question. Yes, from this graph, you have to get the uniform acceleration. Yes, from this graph, you have to get the uniform acceleration. How can I get it? I want acceleration.
Acceleration is 1.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Ma'am.
Can you listen?
Ma'am.
Ma'am is disconnected.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not there. I'm disconnected. Okay, then how can we see ma'am's screen?
Some kind
Yeah,
of
that's
network
it.
issue. She
The
will be there, but she won't be able to in the class.
It could be a mic problem also. No, but she is like
No, the screen got stopped. See the time once 12:33.
Yeah.
Network, I guess.
okay. Anyone understood this thing? Velocity versus time.
Yeah, I
Yes,
understand.
Please explain me.
Acceleration is 1, I think so.
But this thing is getting recorded.
Bro. Yeah.
Yeah, the recording is still going on.
Oh shit.
Wow, so good.
Asking, right?
Ma'am just left.
Letitia is the host.
No,
He
she
has
come back.
sword.
Come back.
What?
Come back.
Latisha, kick everyone out.
Yeah, he
Ma'am
came.
came.
No.
Mom's the host.
Ma'am came.
Okay, when did it get disconnected? I didn't even knew. Where did I stop? Wait.
Ma'am, we stopped at the
Suddenly
graph.
it blacked
Ma'am,
out.
we just started the uniform acceleration.
Okay, did you?
Velocity in uniform acceleration.
I got it's 1.
Ma'am, it's 1 ma'am. Meter,
Got the
Yeah,
answer.
the accelerator is 1.
Okay, wait. Let me share.
meter per second square ma'am.
Meter per second square. Good.
Yeah, 1 meter per second.
Okay, I'll share it again. I didn't knew that you got disconnected. I was just going like that. Yeah. Are you able to see now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes ma'am.
Youngster for clock, power point.
So what I'm trying to tell is because it did you see this one? How did I plot T1, T2, V1, V2?
Ma'am, V1, V2 is like final velocity, right?
Yes, V2 is final. No, for this 4 to 5. From 4 to 5 seconds, V2 is final, V1 is initial. Up only for 4 to 5 seconds.
Yeah, ma'am, that okay, but V2 is fine.
Yes. No.
Ma'am,
Yes, tell me.
ma'am, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I didn't hear anything else.
Okay.
That V2 and
T1, T2, T1 again, no problem. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
What T1, T2?
I'll tell you. Okay. I'll put it more simple because acceleration is change in velocity. Yes, acceleration is change in velocity. I am asking you what is the change in velocity between 4 to 5 seconds. Whenever I'm asking change in velocity means it should be from particular time to particular time. Change, I'm asking about the change. So for the time T1, the velocity, how am I plotting is I'm going to the top like this and I'm joining it to the velocity axis. In the same way from 5 seconds, I'm taking it here and I'm joining to the velocity axis. So now what is the change in velocity? V2 minus V1. Yes? The final velocity minus initial velocity. At 4 seconds, the velocity is 4. 5 seconds, the velocity is 5. So V2 is 5. V1 is 4 divided by T2. Yes, 5 minus 4. That is equal to 1 divided by 1. Acceleration will be 1 meter per second square.
1 divided by 1 can't be 0.
Yes?
Nothing.
1, 1 divided by 1.
Minus 1, it will be 0, not 1 divided by 1 can't be 0.
Okay, so here you are calculating the acceleration using the slope. Yes, which is y-axis divided by x-axis, because acceleration is difference in velocity or change in velocity. I am taking V2 minus V1 by T2 minus T1 because it is change from this time to that time. What is the change? That is the reason. From T1 to T2, what is the change? From V1 to V2, what is the change? That is the reason I'm taking the difference. I'm asking you only between 4 to 5. That is the reason you will be taking T1, T2, 4, 5, velocity V1 and V2. If he is asking between 1 and 2 seconds, again it will be different. If I'm asking you between 1 and 2 seconds, again from 1 you take this line here up to the slope to the left. From 2 again you take it up to the slope to the left. Yes. So for 1 second it is 1, 2 seconds it's 2 meters per second. Again here T1, T2. If I ask between 1 and 2 seconds, V1, V2. Again the same thing, V2 minus V1 by T2 minus T2. Yes, it depends between which time intervals he is asking you in the question. Because it is uniform acceleration, wherever you take, you will get the answer 1 meter per second square only.
Ma'am, even if it is asking for 1 to 5, right?
Even if it is?
Even if it is asking for like 1 to 5 seconds, right?
No.
Then
the difference should be same, no? When you are talking about uniform acceleration. Yes, if you are taking from 1 to 5, then it will be average acceleration.
okay.
Between that particular time interval, whichever time interval you take, the acceleration will be same.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. In the same way, you can calculate from 1 to 5 also. Shall we do that?
Yeah, ma'am, you can.
We'll do in that way and see. We'll clear his doubt also. Now, I want to calculate the acceleration from 1 to 5. Simple. Very good. Raja, this will be really helpful. So, my T1 will be 1 second. My T2 will be 5 seconds, Aditya. Listen, this is
Yeah.
T1 will be 1 second, my T2 will be 5 seconds. Do the same thing as you have done in the previous case. Yes, join to the up to here.
So, ma'am, for that one, V1 will be 1 and V2 will be 5, right?
That's it. V2 will be 5, V1 will be 1. Do the same thing. V2 minus V1 divided by T2 minus T1 will give you the acceleration. Tell me what is the acceleration now.
Ma'am, it's still 1.
Ma'am, why do you have to do that much, ma'am, when it is uniform acceleration?
But we have to check it, no, Kane? Proof.
Still 1. Still 1. Yeah, the answer will be.
Yes. So, yes, whatever you are taking it, the acceleration will be 1 meters per second square. If in exam if it gives, you did not calculate. Okay, 1 meter per second. So why it is 1 meter per second square? Why am I taking the SI unit as 1 meter per second square?
Because ma'am, formula for this thing is
Velocity divided by time.
time. Yes, ma'am. And velocity is distance by displacement by time. So
Do you need to do that much? Yes, I'll do it. Wait. Acceleration units.
I have a doubt.
I'll finish the units. You can ask. Okay. Acceleration is called. I'm trying to find out the units of acceleration. Velocity meter by second SI unit. Time second. Yes. Now what can I do? Meter. This second will come down. Meter divided by second square. That's it. I'm writing it simply like this. Okay. You can also write this in this way also. Meter per second square. These are the different kinds of representation. That's it. Okay. Meter divided by second square in this way, or meter second to the power of -2, because it is second square. If it is meter per second, you will write it like this. Okay. -1 indicates.
I have a doubt.
Just ask me now.
So can in the uniform acceleration we can calculate this acceleration. So if it is a non-uniform acceleration, can we calculate the same with the same formula?
You can use the same formula, but the difference, as we are getting 1 in every case, in that non-uniform acceleration, it will not be same.
Okay.
Usage of formula is the same. It is always
Yes,
minus V1 by T2 minus T1. That is always same. That will not. But in the previous, as you got 1 meter per second square in every case, you will not get there. One time.
Ma'am, in non-uniform acceleration, we will get the time like different times or different kind of velocity, right?
Intervals will not change. Only the velocity, change in velocity will change.
Okay, ma'am.
This time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These intervals will be same. That will not change. Velocity will keep changing. Means difference in velocity will keep changing. If in first case the difference in velocity is 5 meters per second, in second case it will be 12, 20, 26 like that.
Okay, ma'am.
Time in always the x-axis will not change much. Okay, different. That is the reason I'm telling equal time intervals, but the change is different. That is what the definition for everything. Yes, unequal change in equal intervals of time.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the velocity. Now I have found out acceleration from this graph. Very good. What else can I find from this graph?
Displacement.
displacement.
Sani, you be there. I'll ask you something. Okay.
I am here only, ma'am.
Sani, tell me now. You said that we can calculate displacement. Very good, Sani. How, Sani?
By using the formula.
Velocity.
Displacement is equal to velocity into time.
Velocity into time.
Now you tell, ma'am.
Velocity into time. Very good. What else? What can we do here? How will you calculate? Is it that easy? You tell me.
No, ma'am.
It is
It's not that easy. Before we could just like find the slope, but here we have to do full calculation.
Here you can't do it with slope because it is multiplication.
Yeah.
We can't do. So how can we calculate? Yes.
Ma'am, we can take V1, V2 and T1, T2 and do it.
Kani, this is not like that. Okay. I'll tell you what we are going to do in such kind of cases. How can we find out the distance? Before going to that, I want to clear few things to you. Try to understand. Velocity versus time graph can also give distance. That is very clear. Now, how can I know the distance? How can I know the distance? So can I tell you? I'll tell you one thing. All the below portion, all the portion which is there below this graph, all this portion, yes, all this portion, doesn't it indicate distance?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no? Because I am drawing a graph between velocity and time. Yes. So whatever place you have here, it is the indication of the distance it has covered only, right? Yes. Velocity is how much distance it has covered in that particular time. So all this area which is present here is the distance only, right? All this distance it has covered and it is moving forward in this particular time. So can I calculate distance by calculating the area of this portion?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no? All the portion which is present below the slope will give me distance. If I find the area of that portion, I'll get the distance.
Ma, but how can you calculate the area?
We have to calculate. We will calculate, and you will help me because we are very good math students. I know. Okay, I will tell you how will you calculate. It is very easy. Okay, so try to understand one thing. This is the most complicated part of this graphical representation. If you want to take me to take this tomorrow, I'll take.
Ma'am, is it 25, ma'am?
Yes. No, actually here getting the value is fine, but what should we do to get the value? Area. So shall I do it today or shall I do it tomorrow?
I'm just
Your wish, ma'am.
What is, why don't I finish this graph?
Ma'am, do it, please, ma'am, do it.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay, I thought to take up to 1 today. Please bear with me. Okay. Okay. So I want to calculate distance. It is very simple. Try to understand. Apply some math brain here. Okay. So all this portion below the, I told you it is as area. So now look at the portion which he is taking here. Yes. Yes, we have to calculate the area of this portion. Yes. So how it is exactly looking, I'll draw it separately here. If you find out the area of this portion below the graph, you will be getting the distance. You know area. Yes, so I'll draw it separately here. Okay, one rectangle you have here. I'm dividing just nothing more than that. Okay, so this is the shape. Yes, so actually in the textbook what he has done is he has calculated the area of this rectangle. This is rectangle. Yes, this is triangle. So what he has done is he has calculated the area of triangle and rectangle and he has added both the areas. You are getting the point? Because this shape has one rectangle and one triangle, he has calculated area of rectangle, area of triangle, and we are adding both the areas. So if I have to calculate yes distance here, it should be area of yes A, B, C, D, E. Yes, one shape. How many of you can tell me what is this shape exactly called in math? Anyone can tell me what is this shape?
trapezium.
Trapezium. Yes. Now I will tell you a small technique at the last. Till now, leave about trapezium. I will tell how can you easily do this. There is small shortcut also, but learn how we are given in the textbook. Okay. So to calculate distance, I need to have area of A, B, C, D, E. Now I am dividing it into two portions. Area of rectangle. What is the rectangle here? Yes. A, C, D, E is my rectangle here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, numbering you can do it anyway. No numbering or alphabeticals are your wish. Okay. So can I say area of A, C, D, which is rectangle, plus area of what is the triangle here? ABC. Done. So what is the area of rectangle? You tell me. Area of rectangle. General math formula you tell me. Not here.
Length into breadth.
Length into breadth.
You tell me what is the length of this rectangle? Length. What
Length
is
is AC.
Yes. Is AC length or breadth?
Ma'am,
This is your breadth. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, ma'am.
why are you even doing this, ma'am?
Yes.
Just calculate the area of trapezium, half into sum of parallel sides into height.
Karan, we can easily calculate the area of trapezium, but according to your NCERT book, he has not done like that. We can easily do like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So length is A. This is your length. This is your breadth. A E into breadth. Anything you can take. ED. Okay. ED or AC. Anything you can take. ED. length of rectangle plus what is area of triangle? Half into breadth into height?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is the breadth of this triangle? AC?
Correct.
Now I have to teach
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Ma'am, B is base.
BC is height, AC is breadth.
Ma'am,
According I have studied. Yes. This is the base of the triangle. This is the height of the triangle. Yes or no?
AC is base, BC is height.
It. AC is your base. Which is touching the ground will be the base, right? AC is touching the rectangle. That should be your base. Okay. AC into BC. Yes. This is your formula. That's it. If you know, if you have to take a scale, measure all this, you will get the value. Is it easy or tough?
it's
Easy, ma'am.
Tarun? No, Tarun.
Does not want.
Okay, so this is the way to calculate your distance. Yes,
ma'am, suppose if we do by the area of trapezium way, then
I'll show that also. I'll finish with area of trapezium. So,
Ma'am, we can just directly do by that formula, no, ma'am?
yeah,
You
right.
That's what, ma'am. Much easier.
doing that way.
Ma'am, can you do the same thing, area calculation with the help of an example?
I didn't get you. Come again.
I mean, like you just mentioned here, A, B, C, D, E, F, ma'am. So instead of that, can you write some numericals and explain?
Okay, very good. I'll write some numericals and we'll do it. Okay?
Okay.
No,
Yes,
don't. No, I'll definitely do it. But to get the numericals, you should have the data here. You're getting my point? So we should take
Yes.
some here. Okay? I'll definitely do that. Let me finish the trapezium part also. Okay? So as Tarun
Yes.
said, it is very easy because this shape is trapezium. Yes, area we can directly calculate by using the area of trapezium formula. Anyone tell me what is area of trapezium?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Tell me.
Half into sum of the parallel sides into height.
Half H into A plus B.
Yeah, that's
Tarun,
what.
Or H1 plus.
parallel sides
Half into H1 plus H2.
divided by. Okay, tell me half into H1 plus H2 into what? Tarun, complete it.
Into height.
No, it should be base. I have already taken height there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so very simple. Half into H1 plus H2 into B. Now, what is this H1 and H2? I'll tell you. Okay, this will be your H1. This will be your H2. This will be your base. Done. Simple.
Yes, ma'am, this is much easier.
This is very easy. Just you substitute H1 value here, add with H2, simplify this, multiply with base. Done. You'll be getting the area.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
what will be that numerical form?
Okay, I'll do it with numericals. Do you have time? Shall I do it? I'll take one numerical. Okay, I will do it in next time. I think it will be better. You will be hungry also. Okay.
No, ma'am, do it in
Ma'am,
this class.
No, ma'am, we are not hungry. Please explain.
Yeah.
Shall we-
Yeah, this class only. Best.
okay. If everyone is okay, then I'll do all of
Yeah, ma'am, everyone
ma'am,
is
we are
okay.
fine.
Everyone is okay.
Yeah, ma'am, we are fine.
numerical. We'll
Physics
draw
is
it.
the best, ma'am.
What?
Physics is the best, ma'am.
Oh, okay, then there's no problem.
Yes, ma'am. Better than biology and chemistry.
So morning you're having 3 sessions, right? That is the reason I'm thinking. So, okay, I'll quickly finish by taking. I'll do with trapezium form. I'll not do with rectangle and triangle. Okay. So I'll take the same graph. I'll take the same graph and I'll write some values here. Time. Shall I start with 1 here? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think it's better I go with the previous graphs. I'll just clear it and I'll use this graph. I think it will be more useful for us. Okay. So that is so messy and we can't see it properly also. Okay. Now we'll start.
Ma'am,
So-
ma'am, can the area be like a complete triangle instead of a trapezium? Like,
Okay, Kani, very good question, Kani. Actually, the point is, I understood your question. Why are we not taking from this portion is your question, right?
yes, ma'am, like from 0 to 2, that
Okay.
area is left.
Kani, very good question. Actually, the main reason why are we not exactly going from the 0 is we will exactly get the we'll exactly get the distance when the car has picked up some velocity. Okay,
Yes,
that's the reason he's not taking it from the origin. So
Ma'am,
he's
people left the meeting.
most of the people left. Okay.
We are there now.
And we are there to teach.
And ma'am, how can they ask the question?
Which question?
Like how to like find the
Not-
displacement?
Will not ask.
Okay, then
Okay. Okay. Because we can't take that, because until you think practically, until the time you pick and you get into proper thing, only it will take some time. So to get the proper distance, it is, if he feels that it is proper to calculate from here. That's it. There is no big logic behind that. Nothing else than
Ma'am,
that.
then why can't we start from unit 1?
Why can't we?
Why can't we start from the 1 second instead of 2?
You can start it from 1, no problem. But how will you calculate the area? I'll show you it. Okay, I'll take from here. Okay, I'll start it from here. Okay, the main problem is how will you calculate it? It will become a problem here. So if you want to do like this, you can do. You can take a parallelogram area and you can do it. You can do it in any way, depending upon the shape. You can take the area and do. But he want to generalize with one form. Yes, if you keep on doing like that, it will give you various shapes. That is the reason he has fixed with it. That's it. Okay, there is no other case. You can take from 1 if you want. You can take, no objection in that. Okay, you can take it from, no problem, but not from 0. Okay, if you want to take from 0 also, you take. Kani take Kani. Okay, if you want to take exactly from 0 also, you take. Calculate the area of triangle.
ma'am, that will be very easy, no ma'am.
Kane, that will be very easy, I know that. But the main thing here, what will happen is, he don't feel that it will be a proper calculation to calculate the distance. That's it.
Ma'am, is it 12.5? 12.5, ma'am.
Okay, you're telling me the answer. No, by taking the numericals is better. We see in the next slide. It's already 1 year because they're also not there. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, when are we doing equations, ma'am?
That thing I want to tell you, we will be doing equations with numericals on the morning.
Tomorrow, ma'am?
Tomorrow I'll be doing uniform circular motion. I'll finish this and do uniform circular motion.
Ma'am, you will teach me graph tomorrow again.
Or I'll do it with numericals because even they have to listen. It's very important.
Yeah, ma'am, please.
It's very, very important.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, dear. Thank you so much.
So can we leave?
Yeah, you can. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Again, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Happy Mother's Day once again.
Happy related Mother's Day.
Yes, ma'am. Belated Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you so much. I can say same to you also. Same to you.
Aditya,
What
can you just help me in physics?
the hell?
Ajay,